Hello, I'm Anthony Koech, and this is Global Allied Consultants. The team members are Dola Adera, Kati Diana, Patience Chamutai, Anthony Koech, Florence Wanjiru, Bivon Mugoshi, and Mera. The mission, the mission is to provide world-class business solutions to businesses and to solve their problems. And the vision is that we are striving to become the world leader in providing consulting services to our clients. The problem statement, you can see that in Nairobi Airways in the year 2013, there was a fire outbreak at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, which interrupted the operations of the Nairobi Airways. So we have come together to to key in how the situation was, how they would have responded to that crisis, and also draw some lessons from that crisis. These are the processes and systems that should have been there to ensure that the problem would have been managed in a quick way and also in an appropriate way. There should have been a preparedness of the emergency by anticipating the threats that the company might face and also coming up with the solutions of the same. There should have been the crisis management team who were responsible to give directions to the team and to provide counseling during the crisis. There should also have been information systems to pass information in an appropriate way and the quickest way possible. There should also have been recovery systems through the human resource who are responsible for counseling the employees and managing them from stresses and shock and also panic. They should also have had a dependable source of information which is trusted by the customers and also people and organizations from the outside the company. As you can see, Nairobi Airways responded to crisis very negatively because of slow communications they made. This slow communication led to the spread of rumors on social media because information was passed from untrusted sources. This is how the company should conduct itself during a crisis. There should be a quick response to the crisis and also in passing the information. There should be information channels to pass information like the internet, use of the radios and the televisions. They should also have a spokesman who is trained and who speaks on behalf of the company. They should also have alternatives means of doing things. If it is transport, they should have other alternative airports whereby they can take the passengers who have already booked their tickets. On the side of the stakeholders, they should be proactive uh, in doing things. They should do anything possible to ensure that they manage the crisis. To the employees also, they should avoid discussing the crisis. Instead, they should be also proactive in solving the situation. Culture plays an important role in an organization because culture creates a good relationship between the employees because they can communicate in an appropriate way. Uh, Culture also can be used as a way of communication because many employees will reach to one another through this culture. Culture, there's a culture whereby employees are rewarded, and this culture is very good because it enhances competition between the employees because every employee will want to perform better so as to be rewarded. Culture encourages employees to work for one common thing because they are under one culture, so they will work under one thing. Uh, Nairobi Airways should have used uh, technology to pass information. They should have set information systems like the CCTV cameras so that they could pass information directly to the public televisions and also to the internet. Nairobi Airways was not prepared for the crisis, as we have seen, because of the way they communicated. They were slow in passing communication because they went dark in communication. They didn't update the public and other responsible organizations on time. Uh, on the side of the managers, managers should ensure that their employees does not panic during the crisis to ensure that the the problem is solved in an appropriate way. This is how to prepare for crisis. Uh, and these are the scenarios whereby organizations can use, like the Nairobi Airways can use in preparation for crisis. They should consider cybersecurity because this is where information is passed. They should also consider flight interruptions. Flights should not be interrupted, especially for those passengers who have already booked. They should also consider coming up with emergency services like the firefighters of the company and also the vehicles for firefighting and also for the police officers who are guarding the company so that in case of an attack they are safe. They should also the management should put measures to manage the crisis. They should also expect a crisis at any given time by being prepared, and they should come up with a crisis management plan and come up with the respective leaders to inform the people on the crisis management. Uh, leaders should lead by example during crisis. They should do what is supposed to be done. They should also be a quick response to crisis, like in the way of communication. They should also consider identifying the cause of the problem so as to know how to counter it. The board should initiate the risk committee to manage, to predict crisis and how they would be handled. They should follow up on the crisis management team to make sure that they are handling crisis with care. They should also give positive information to the public that the situation is under control and all will be well. When assembling a crisis management team, these are the areas which should be included: the board of directors, the head of all departments of the company, advisors of media, executive officers, human resource managers. Uh, this should be included in the assembling the crisis management team. Uh, in crisis management team, all risks should be addressed and the possible solutions of those risks. Crisis communication is very important to the organizations because it proves that there is preparedness for any emergency. There's also assurance of safety for the employees and also the facilities in the company. Uh, Crisis communication also inform the outsiders, including the stakeholders, about how the crisis is. Uh, Communication is investigation because they can investigation can be tracked due to communication. Uh, to deal with preventable situations to avoid further destruction of property and loss of lives. Communication also enable the response of crisis to be quick. The main stakeholders of the organization should be addressed are employees and directors. The key issues in crisis communication are identification of individuals who will be responsible for the communication, like the communication crisis communication team, communication channels like the media and the internet. There's a well-trained spokesperson who will address the press, the key audience like the employees, the media, the government, this, and the government. Uh, the contact list of each and every employee so that whenever an emergency happens, they can be informed very quickly. There should be also be resources for communication like free Wi-Fi, CCTV camera, TV cameras to ease the flow of information. Social media has many impacts, both negative and positive. Social media can ease the flow of information because information can be passed very quickly and very clearly because there is the use of the photographs and the use of videos. However, social media can impact negatively because there is the through untrusted accounts, the false information can be passed, therefore misleading the public. Thank you very much. This is a Global Allied Consultants. Thank you.